So choosing the right infrastructure for the backend of your app will depend a lot on what it is that you're doing, what type of users you have, and when they're going to be accessing the service. So, for instance, if you're building an enterprise app, then you'll probably find that a lot of the infrastructure will be set by the corporate IT team. If you're building something on the consumer side or maybe outside of your corporate environment, then you'll have a lot more freedom. And in those instances, the types of things that we tend to look at is the real-time performance, i.e. whether you need the data to be instant and immediate or whether it's a kind of polling service, and then the peaks and troughs that you'll have between when users are using the app. So for instance, we have some clients in the gambling market, and almost all of their users will come at the weekend, maybe on a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, as everybody flocks in to try and place their bets. Whereas somebody that's producing a news app, for instance, will have a much more distributed usage throughout the week. So they'll still have peaks and troughs, but they'll typically be in the evenings and mornings rather than all in one peak on one day. So therefore the infrastructure they need is very different. You need to have a lot more capacity on a Saturday afternoon if you're in gambling, whereas if you're in a news feed, then maybe you have a standard capacity throughout the week. In those instances, a cloud provider that offers a kind of elastic service will allow you to have those peaks and troughs without having to have huge amounts of hardware there doing nothing for most of the time. So that tends to be the route that most of our apps will go down. On the flip side, if you're doing something a little bit different, maybe you're looking at IoT, for example, you may well use an intermediary through somebody like your network provider, but you may also look at something like Microsoft Azure IoT Hub, for example, and they'll handle a lot of the different protocols that you need to take into account and make your life a lot easier.